Welcome back, Good Vibes. I'm Coach Tina, and today I've got a strength and power workout for you. You'll need a medium and heavy set of dumbbells, possibly a kettlebell if you've got it, and let's get started. We're starting with shoulder mobility, so hands behind your head. Lift the hands away from your head. Open it up to straighten out your arms. Flip the palms. Bring the arms down till you touch the low back. Lift, straighten, and back up. So you're working through the different directions of your shoulder joint. Got about 8 more seconds here, working through the shoulder joint. In 3 seconds, we're gonna go to lower body. 2 and 1. So now we're gonna go into a knee hug. Lift off the ball of your foot of the standing leg. I prefer to do this as like a walking calf raise, like this. But you can also do it in place if you don't have a lot of space and then you're in your basement. Really pull that up as you lift onto the ball of your foot. And now we're gonna go into straight leg kicks. So keeping the legs as straight as possible. You're really working on stretching out the hamstrings and feeling that area behind your leg. Again, I like this as a line drill where I'm walking across a room or a football field type space, but again, we're at home. 2 and 1. Now you're gonna step it back into a lunge, turn towards the direction of the front leg. We're doing a little reverse lunge and twist. So you're warming up the lower body, your hips, and actually your core. When you turn, you're stabilizing your abs. Your abs are supporting your body as you lower and turn. 2 and 1. We're gonna go into walking quad stretch. So you can do this standing. Again, I love this as a walking warm up. Taking a step. The focus is on stretching out the quads. Whoop. Yes, it's working balance too. We got 10 more seconds here. In 3, 2, and 1. I want you to take a super wide stance, and we're just gonna shift it to the left and to the right. Sit back into this side lunge. So think less knee forward, more hips back. We're here warming up your hips, moving laterally. You can have your hands on your hips, hands out front. And after this, we're gonna go into our first little block, which is a little plyometric warm up. And you can hold on to something if it feels a little easier. I'm used to doing this, but this, as you know, I love plyometrics, is an introduction, or really a foundation to plyometrics. You're just doing little pogo bounces. We're gonna be doing these little bounces every 20 seconds. 2, 1, you're gonna shake it out, rest. We're resting for about 10. And then we're gonna go into a lateral hop. So for plyometrics, it's very important to always be working different directions. And we're doing the foundations, okay? So we're gonna go same thing, side to side. If this feels not familiar to you, you can also have your hand on something to support you. There's nothing wrong with adding a little support. 3, 2, 1, shake it off. Next, we're gonna be doing forward and back. So changing the direction to forward and back. Starting in 3 seconds, 2, and go. Forward and back. Now these are things you can also do with the jump rope. So the goal is to be light and bouncy on your feet. Stay as much as possible on the balls of your feet. Try not to let your heels touch down. 2, and shake it off. Here it gets a little spicier. We're going into a single leg hop in 3 seconds. We'll start with the right leg. 2, and go. So this is a lot harder, and if you need, again, to hold on to something, that is totally fine. You're building up your body's capacity to these type of exercises, and there's nothing wrong with adding support as you build. 3, 2, shake it off. You know what's happening next. Going on to the other leg. Starting in 5. Catch your breath. Loosen your muscles up a little. Okay, here we go, left side. After this left side, we're gonna do 2 more plyometric prep exercises before we get into our strength and power block. So I'm really preparing us for the strength and power block. And we're gonna be going to something called an extensive squat and an extensive split squat, which is working to end range 2. All right, so next coming up is basically we're staying at the bottom of the squat position and oscillating. 2, and drop it down with me. So we're just down here, it's not big hops. You're just really oscillating in that bottom position of a squat because we will be squatting in the strength block. Hang in there, 5 more seconds. If you need to not bounce your feet and just pulse, that's fine too. Shaking it out. We're gonna be going, oh, you guys, sneeze, okay, good. Excuse me. We're going into left side first, split squat position, and a little bounce. That was an unplanned sneeze in this workout. I know, I'm doing this with you. I know how it feels. 3, 2, all right. We got one more side to go, one more side. So I'm using this studio that's in my neighborhood where we rent it out for an hour, and I love it. Here we go. It's nice and quiet, and it has AC. Whew. So you want to oscillate in this deep position. If you need to hold on to something, you do that. You can use your hands to help you. See how I'm using my arms. 3, 2, okay. So we're gonna go into our first block, which is gonna be goblet squats and jump squats. We're starting in 3. This is where you're gonna grab your medium to heavy weight. We're going right here and squatting. We're gonna be squatting for 30 seconds. Go at the pace that works. This is the strength part, not the power. So I care more about you having that heavier weight, going at the pace that works for you. Whew. In 10 seconds, you only get a 10-second rest. So here's the deal. 30 seconds strength, 10-second transition. 30 seconds power, 10-second transition. Right, we're in transition. Repeat it one more time, then 30 seconds rest. So what we got next is the weighted jump squat. Let's pick up that dumbbell. Let's keep it same position as you had in your goblet squat. You're adding a little jump. If you need to go balls of your feet to power up, that works too. Keep hanging there with me because you know this is only a 30-minute workout. So we want to keep it short, intense, and sweet. 3 more seconds, 2, and 1. We got a 30-second rest here. So that's why I want you to push it a little bit more when we repeat that one more time. So we're gonna go into the goblet squat, and from there, the goblet jump squat, or the explosive squats, which is what I was showing you. We got 10 more seconds, and we're gonna go repeat. Oh, I did forget to tell you what we're gonna need in the workout, a bench. If you don't have a bench, it's okay, because we can do it on the floor too. And go, squat. Regular goblet squats. No bounce, no jump. We're here for 30 seconds. Got 12 more. Don't rush through it. Chest up, sit back in there. Are your heels down? All 5 toes touching the ground. And 1. We're gonna wait for a few seconds. We're going into the weighted jump squats. The last time you're gonna see that. Starting in 2. And let's go. Woo! Really push off those feet to get that height. Come on. I know how you feel because I'm doing it with you. 15 more seconds. Then we got a 30-second rest. If you need to go to the explosive, go to the explosive. 3, 2, and 1. All right, you got a 30-second rest. What we got coming up next is an upper body shoulder press. I'm just getting a bench ready because later on we are going to be doing a bench press or floor press, but since I have a bench, I'm going to use that. So what we're doing next is a shoulder press to alternating dumbbell snatch. Starting in 3, 2, and let's go. 2 hands, 2 weights, press. I want you to add a little turn into it. Make sure when you turn, the arms are still by your ears. Is your lower body rigid? I want that rigidity that helps the press. Are the glutes squeezed? Are the quads pulled up? 2 and 1. Okay, we got 7 seconds and we're gonna go to an alternating dumbbell snatch. Dumbbell starts here on the floor, starting in 2. And let's go. We're gonna snatch it up, switch arms. I like to breathe out when I press, so you think breathing out on the effort. 15 seconds. Remember, there's only 2 rounds of each of these supersets. 5, 3, 2, and 1. We get 30-second rest, and then we're gonna repeat it one more time. After the shoulder press is gonna be back to lower body. It's gonna be a lateral lunge to a skater. If you wanna catch your breath or just shake it loose, you can do a little bit of pogos, you can bounce. Me, I'm resting, because I know we got the shoulder press coming up. Okay, we're starting at 5. Let's get those dumbbells. Let's bring them up by the shoulders and go. So you're turning towards the direction that you're pressing. Sometimes it helps to look up at the weight. All right, we're halfway through. Last time you're doing shoulder presses. So as I said, we're gonna be alternating upper and lower body. I'm trying to work you, but not kill you. Got 2 more seconds left, 2 and 1. You're really just doing a transition. We're going into the dumbbell snatch. I like to switch starting arms. Starting now. Your goal is to use momentum and punch it up. You want that arm straightening out. We're halfway there, and then we're switching to a lower body. Three more seconds. Keep pushing. 2, and give me 1 more. 1. Okay. So we got 30 seconds to rest, and we're gonna go into side lunges, and then a skater with a knee drive. So the side lunges, we're gonna alternate left and right. The knee drive is gonna be a skater, knee drive, skater, knee drive. So it's a little hop and a knee drive. All right, we're starting in 3. Let's grab the medium-sized dumbbells and let's step it out. Step it out to the right and then the left. We're alternating sides for 30 seconds. Keep going. We got about 12 seconds left. I brought this bench a little too close. Got to shift it out of the way. 3, 2, and 1. Let's set the dumbbells down. You have 10 seconds, and we're going to go to a skater to lateral knee drive. 3, 2, and let's go. Woo. Sorry for the sniffles. I had this like cold, which I haven't been able to shake, but nothing else but the runny nose. Of course, working out always makes my body feel better. Little skater hop, push off, and then hop that knee up. 3 seconds left. 2 and 1. Okay, we got 30, and then we're going back into the lateral lunges. Oh, so I was telling you about this space. Yeah, it's really wonderful. It's a gym, a small gym that people rent hourly. We got 15 seconds left when we get started. So you can work it by yourself, you can film something, and I really love it. It's a very beautiful, clean space. Not something you normally find somewhere. So that's what it is in Jersey City. Okay, let's step out with starting with the other leg that you did not start out with. I know you only got 2 legs. It's nice to alternate your starting because we tend to favor our dominant side. We got 10 seconds left. Keep pushing. I believe in you. And 1, great. Got less than 10. We're switching to the skater to lateral hop. I have on some, what do they call it, like a barefoot shoe. Oh, we're starting. So I got this pair of, what's the brand, Vivo or something? Yeah, it's a barefoot shoe. Because I thought oftentimes I take off my shoes when I'm working out. But let me tell you, going outside with these, you feel every rock, every pebble. 5 more seconds. Remember the last time we do this. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, if you've got a bench, that's what you're gonna use. If you don't even worry about it. I'm gonna just set up my bench. We got 20 seconds before we get started. Okay. So if you're using the bench, remember, bench press is a full body exercise. You're gonna be using your legs. Let's get into position. Otherwise, if you're on the floor, that works too. 2 and 1. So push into the feet if you're using a bench and you're pulling the dumbbells down. We're here for 30 seconds. Breathe out when you push. The elbows should be down closer to your mid-rib cage than to your shoulders. We got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and we're resting. What I got next for you is something spicier. This most likely you'll need a little incline. We are doing plyo push-ups. Incline is great because the form is what counts. So if you can do it from the floor, fantastic, but essentially, this is it. You're using your arms to push off. Your body is very rigid. You can slow it down. You can just do a small push-up and catch yourself. So you're essentially catching yourself at the bottom of the push-up. We have a few more seconds left. 2 and 1. All right, we got 10 seconds. Sorry, not 10, we got 30 seconds before we get back into our bench press. This workout definitely is full body. Upper, lower, we're gonna end with core. Just a little preview. All right, we're starting in 15. Let's get those dumbbells ready. If you're lying on the floor, you can have your knees up or legs totally flat against the ground. Engaging your core as you press from the floor. 2 and 1, and let's go. Getting into the bench. So as you're doing that, I always like to say, if you can place your hands on your hips, then the elbows are in the right position. You don't want those elbows too high up. When the elbows are in this position, it allows you to use your lats, your back muscles, which is the biggest muscle group in your upper body. We got 7 more seconds. And 1. Let's move the dumbbells to the side because we're gonna go into our plyo push-ups. And 1, let's go. So legs glued together as you push and catch yourself. If you need to take a break to shake it off a little bit, that is okay. Then we'll just go right back into it. If that is too hard, I am also okay with just good old-fashioned push-ups. You got 5 more seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. We got 30 seconds now. 30 seconds before we go into our last of our strength blocks. It's going to be deadlift and swings. I brought a kettlebell, so I'm going to do kettlebell swings, but the mechanics are still the same. All right, in 10 seconds, you're going to grab your medium or heavy dumbbells. I prefer heavy. I'm going to actually use the kettlebell, but I'll start off with dumbbells. We're starting in 2, and go. So pushing the hips back, making sure the collarbones are wide. Your armpits are pulled down to your hips, even when you come down. We have 15 seconds here, and then we're going straight into the kettlebell swings, or the dumbbell skier swings. First set I'm gonna do with my dumbbells. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're starting in about 10 seconds. I'm just gonna move this out of the way. I will use the kettlebells the second round. We're gonna go into skier swings and 1. So let it swing a little and use the hips. At the top, it's like I'm jumping up to the ceiling without my feet leaving the ground. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you got 30 seconds. I'm gonna use a kettlebell for the deadlifts and the swings in the last block. Excuse me while I blow my nose real quick. I wasn't expecting to have a runny nose during the workout, but such is life. Right, we're starting in 10. I'm gonna be sideways so you can see what my body looks like. That's what I want you to think about as you're doing the deadlifts. Right, pushing the hips back, let's get ready. Hands on kettlebell if you have one. Otherwise, with your dumbbells, you're mimicking what I'm doing with my body. You're shifting your hips back. Keep the collarbones wide. Imagine if you had a sports logo on your shirt. I want to be able to see that logo. Or if you're, I don't know, a Jets fan, I should be able to see that Jets on your chest too. And 1. All right, in 10 seconds, we're going to start into the swings. 30 seconds is probably about 20 swings. 2, and 1. Hinging here in the power position and hike. Don't be afraid to bend the knees. 10 more seconds. 2, 1. Okay. All right. You got 30 seconds to rest. Whew. If you have water, I want you to drink some now. It is your permission to drink. What you're gonna need next is we are coming down to the ground for Russian twists and side plank dips. We're gonna start off with Russian twists. And you'll hold the weight right by your chest. Heels down or heels up. 2, and 1. Okay, let's go. So just 20 seconds. You can go fast, you can go slow. I just want the chest proud, collarbones open. We're halfway through the 20. You can raise your feet up, adds a little bit more challenge, but if it requires you to round your back, then I want to set your feet down. Right, we are pausing, transiting, and we're going into side plank dips. 2, and 1. So lift up in a side plank, drop the hip, lifted it up. We're here for 20 seconds. From here, we're gonna go back into the Russian twists, and then from there, back into the other side plank, dip, side, 1. Okay, let's get ready for that Russian twist. And we're almost nearing the end, so it's been a good workout. Okay, here we go, back to the Russian twist. So Heels can be up as long as you can maintain a back where you don't feel like you have to dome your body, where you can stay proud. You're on the tailbone as you go left and right. If you can't do that without hunching over, then put your feet down. There's nothing wrong. You're still working your core. 5 more seconds. Oh, we're gonna pause. I made you work through the transition. Okay, get into that side plank. We're coming down and up. Drop it down, lift it up. Make sure your tailbone is tucked forward. My forearm is pushing the ground away from me. 2 and 1. I'll tell you what we got coming up next. One more Russian twist, then a forearm plank hold, then cool down. Starting in 2 and 1, let's go. 10 seconds. Make sure your chest, your eyes are all in the same direction. As you turn, the chest and eyes follow. 2 and 1. Okay, going into our very last, you're going into actually a high plank hold. So make sure all 5 fingers are pressed down into the ground. Feet together, 2 and lift. Squeeze everything together, just hold. Check. Are your shoulders right above your wrists? Are all 5 fingers pushing into the ground? Fantastic. You got 10 more seconds. Tighten up those glutes, pull in those abs. 5 more seconds, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, guess what? It's the best part of the workout. It's the cool down. I'm gonna set this aside. We're gonna rest for a second, but I'm gonna actually have you come down onto your back. We're gonna start with knee hugs. Okay, lie down on your back. Hug that right knee into the chest. Push the left heel far, far away from you. I hope you felt good. Let's switch. My energy wasn't 100% today. It was probably about 70. So I'm just getting ready to go on a trip and my mind is all over the place. Stress can do that too, but showing up is the most important thing. You got 5 seconds. And then I want you now to take the right ankle, place it on the left thigh, and pull that in for a figure 4 stretch. Really pull that leg in. You should feel a deep stretch in that right hip. Okay, and let's switch over to the other side. The harder you pull your leg towards you, the more of a stretch you'll feel in the hip. Let's release. Come onto your all fours. From here, widen up your knees, sit back into your heels, tent your fingers so they're like little hand spiders, and lower yourself. The more you can lower your hips down, the more you stretch your shoulders. When your fingers are tented, it allows you to get more into a shoulder stretch. Walk the hands over to the right side. Place the left hand over the right. Should be a left side body stretch. Let's walk the hands over to the left side. Place the right hand over for a side body stretch. Come back to center. I'm going to have you sit onto your heels. From here, raise that left arm, walk the right hand away, go for a side bend, look up towards the ceiling. And let's switch over to the other side. Look up to the ceiling. Now, get into this very low squatty position. We're gonna lift the hips up. Kind of hang there, let yourself feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Slowly, gently, this is truly just kind of working through the spine. Roll yourself up, back to stand. Give yourself applause for showing up and for showing up with me. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm Coach Tina. For more information about how to work with me, head to ironstrongfitness.com and send me a message. I'll see you next time.